Hi everybody, welcome back. I've got a makeup tutorial video today and I'm going to be showing you a makeup look that is appropriate for a true autumn. Now I did recently put up a couple of videos like this. I did a soft autumn one and then a true spring one, and that's because I recently paid to have my colour season analysed and it came back that I was an autumn, but it didn't specify which particular autumn colour season I was, so I took an educated guess and thought that I might be a soft autumn. So that's why I put up that soft autumn video. And then I was a little bit intrigued as to whether I might be a spring, because if you follow the 16 colour season analysis, you cannot be a natural blonde and be an autumn, and I am a natural blonde, albeit a dark natural honey blonde. It's a bit of a weird hair colour to describe my natural hair colour, but I tend to follow the 12 season colour analysis, and I think that's what my results were based on as well. And I did recently pay for a little upgrade to my colour season analysis, and the results came back with a specific colour season, and I am not a soft autumn, I am a true autumn. So I'm smack bang in between soft autumn and dark autumn. So true autumn is very warm. That's kind of the distinguishable thing with the true autumn, the warmth from their hair, their skin, their eyes. Now my eyes are green, they have a lot of warmth in them. I've got an amber ring in my eyes as well. My skin tone is warm, but I don't think my skin tone is hugely warm. But I think it's my hair colour where I am most warm, I suppose, because I have said this before, my hair colour does seem to want to change on a day-to-day basis. Some days I'll be like this, I'll be a kind of dark golden really warm blonde. Other days I can be like a honey brunette, other days auburn. So now that I know that I am a true autumn, I wanted to put out another makeup video to just do a little makeup tutorial to try and achieve a look that is appropriate for a true autumn. And like the other two videos I put up, I'm taking my information from the concept wardrobe, and I will link that website down below in the description box. And a true autumn makeup look should be warm and glowing, but it shouldn't be a bright glow, it should be a nice richness to the skin, and a natural makeup look is suitable for all autumns, and it's really where they best shine through. So it's not about hiding or minimising features, it's just about complementing them. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do a sort of natural daytime, everyday kind of makeup look. So I'll zoom you in and we'll get started. First things first, I do this every time I do my makeup. I'm going to apply a little bit of my Bobbi Brown under eye corrector in Light Bisque. Now for foundation, obviously use whatever shade suits you, but in terms of finish, a matte or satin finish is recommended. Now I was going to use my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation in a sample tube, but I've actually run out. So I'm now using my Nars Sheer Glow foundation in the shade Deville. But you don't want to be going for a foundation that's really dewy or shiny, because that just looks a bit off with an autumn's muted complexion. Concealer next, just using some of my Fenty concealer underneath my eyes and then a different shade on blemishes. Now looking through the guidance for a true autumn makeup, from memory it doesn't look wildly different to what's suggested for a soft autumn, but it might just be because a true autumn is a little bit more saturated but still muted, and maybe a little bit more intense in the warmth. That might kind of come through in the makeup, so the colours might be slightly warmer, slightly more saturated perhaps, but I doubt the two looks are going to be wildly different from each other. But still interested to try it and sort of compare it to soft autumn and also to true spring as well. Nothing was said about powder, but I'm going to do what I usually do and just powder under my eyes and also on my T-zone just to reduce some shine. Okay, on to bronzers then, and bronzers come highly recommended for autumns. Autumns are the best season for pulling off a bronzer, and bronzers should be warm and rich but with very little shimmer. I'm going to use my Shady Biz bronzer by Fenty. Now this is the powder one. I'm just going to buff this onto my cheekbones, a bit on the forehead and under the jawline. Autumns can also use contour as well, but I rarely contour, even to the extent where I don't own any, and I haven't owned any for maybe about a year. I was panning one last year, but at the start of the year, and since finishing that up I haven't bought any more. I might do it at some point, but I'm fine with just bronzer and blusher. I don't feel like I'm missing out with contour. Okay, a bit of warmth on the skin there from the bronzer. Gonna go in with blusher next. And blushes are best when they are warm and glowing, but you want to avoid the blue based pink blushes because they're just going to drain your warm complexion. And with blushes, you don't want them to be very matte or very shimmery. You want like a nice little hybrid in between. And I'm going to go with this one from Vieve in the shade Pesca. So it's a nice warm peach shade, but nothing too bright, and it's got just a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of sheen. So I'm going to go for this one. This is a really pretty shade, this one. It's really nice to build up the intensity. Now, highlighters aren't suggested on the concept wardrobe, but I did look at a couple of other sites, and highlighters on a true autumn, and I think autumns in general, to be honest, they can look a little bit too blinding and a little bit too false in a way. With autumn you want a nice sort of rich glow rather than a sparkle and a shimmer. So I'm not going to go for any highlighter. I have that bit of shimmer from the blusher anyway, but I guess if I wanted to go for a highlighter in the future, it's probably better to go for cream ones that melt into your skin a little bit more and are a bit more subtle and a bit more natural in comparison to a powder. So moving on to eyes then, and with neutral eyeshadows they are beiges, khakis and browns, as well as olive and golden shades. And for eyeshadow you can opt for an overall matte finish or a shimmery finish, but just be a little bit careful with metallic finishes. You don't want them to be the accent, you don't want them to be like the main star of the eyeshadow look. And you want to avoid glitter because that can be sort of too harsh and too jarring on a muted complexion. And again, like with the blusher, you want to be avoiding those sort of blue based pinks or blue based any colours for eyeshadows. So I am going to take my Vieve Essentials eyeshadow palette because this palette just screams autumn to me. It's a neutral warm brown eyeshadow palette with some shimmers in there as well. Beautiful formulation of eyeshadows as well. Shimmers are a little bit tricky to work with, but the mattes are beautiful, so I'm going to stick with the mattes with this look. I have already primed with my NYX eyeshadow base, so I'm going to go straight in and set it with So Shy. Come on! What? What's the matter? What matter? Then I'm going to run some of Buff through the crease. Also, my cat has woken up, so if you hear some meowing, it is him. He's a bit of a talker, this one. Now, I love these kind of eyeshadow shades and this kind of makeup look in general, really. And if you've seen any of my other videos, if you're a regular watcher, you know that I love makeup like this. A real natural look, neutral warm browns, keeping it very earthy, very sort of like minimal. And I guess like complementing your features, I suppose. Or was that an eyelash? So keeping it very simple with this eyeshadow look, I'm then just going to go in with some of Delicious, this brown one here, on an angled brush and use that as like my eyeliner. And then just for a bit more definition, I'm going to put some of Teddy by MAC in my waterline and tightline. Okay, mascaras also want to keep brown, and I've got the Clinique Lash Power Mascara in the shade Dark Chocolate, so I'm going to go for this one. It's a really thin wand. I've only used this the past few days, it's a new mascara, but so far I really like it. And that's just a lot softer than a black mascara, I think. Eyebrow products weren't mentioned, but I'm just going to use a clear brow gel from Benefit and then a NYX eyebrow pencil in a taupe shade. Now with the eyeshadow, if you're not really into like brown eyeshadows, you can go for like a maroon. You can go for sort of greens as well, but just you want to keep them warm, you want to keep them muted. Just think of those typical colours that you associate with autumn, and those would be your best bet. If you do like brown and you do want to go for something a little bit more intense or dramatic, you can of course go for a more dramatic makeup look. This is very much a natural basic true autumn makeup look, and you can create a real smoky brown eyeshadow look. And I will have a go with playing around with different types of true autumn makeup looks. I'll try some dramatic ones, maybe ones with like a berry lip or like a burnt orange lip, russet red. But I wanted to just kind of keep it simple, keep it wearable and kind of easy for this video. And also this is the kind of makeup that I would wear on a day-to-day basis anyway. It's not very different at all from my usual everyday makeup look. And let's finish off with some lips because my lips are dry and I definitely need to get something on them. And lips should come in a range of orange, red, warm pinks and browns. And the good thing with the Concept Wardrobe is that it does show you some colour suggestions on there as well. Now because this is a natural everyday look, I want to go for like a neutral lip. Now I haven't found my best neutral lip, so I am going to try a couple of lipsticks from Vieve. I'm going to start off with MAC Stripdown Lip Liner, which is a warm neutral nude brown lip liner. Just smudge that out a little bit. And I've got two shades here by Vieve. I've got Coming in Hot, and then Power Suit. So those are what these look like. Power Suit's on the bottom, so it is that bit warmer. I think I'm going to try a little bit of Power Suit, just, I guess, pushed on and then blend it out with my finger. So that's ended up looking slightly more dramatic than I was intending, but like I say, I haven't found myself the perfect nude lipstick, but you can see that it is a really warm shade, complements like my warm hair, complements my green eyes, and I think this will be a lovely shade for the autumn months as well. It's giving me like pumpkin spice kind of vibes. So this is the overall makeup look then. So this is a true autumn makeup look, so a natural basic everyday kind of look. Like I mentioned in the video, you can switch up the colours as long as they fall within the true autumn palette, but it's just about keeping it muted, keeping it rich, complementing your features and not trying to hide them, and just making sure that the colours are warm. And then to try and complement it, I have got in some amber earrings, I've got an amber bracelet, a couple of other warm bracelets, and I've got this terracotta colour dress on. So I'm trying to keep everything tonal, trying to keep everything within that kind of true autumn colour palette. So I'm excited to try out some other true autumn makeup looks. So now that I know for definite what exact colour season I am interested in playing about a bit more with my makeup and seeing what other looks I can create. But I am kind of happy that this kind of makeup is the makeup that I would wear on a day-to-day basis anyway, so I don't need to go out and buy some new makeup. I have a lot of makeup that fits within the true autumn colour palette and guidelines. So I hope you found this video interesting. If you've seen my soft autumn and my true spring makeup video as well, please let me know which one out of the three you prefer, and if you know your colour season, please let me know in the comments down below. Really interested to hear what all of your colour seasons are, and I will see you again soon for my next one. Thanks for watching guys, bye.